Do you know how you add a little bit of spice of awesomeness into a chapter? You just put fucking Hosen into it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, especially after like playing like the little beta test of like the mobile game that they got, I kind of like brought back into me a little bit of fandom that is like, hey, I just realised something. Hosen's a bit of the badass. Boy, I'm glad the recent chapter just even more cemented. Yeah, Hosen is a fucking monster. And I love it. So, strangely enough, even though we was kind of done with the how, like, Umibozu, like, met with his, like, mother and all that, like, finding out, like, everything about, you know, like, Kagura's mom and, like, Kamui's mom, like, I was very interested about that stuff, and it's like, you know, our mother had to go through all of this kind of stuff, you know, she, like, had to leave that planet just because, like, her husband, and it's like, the whole thing of Umibozu especially, and it was like the one real nice sweet thing that he said and all that, and he's saying like, you know what, and all that, you know, rather than spending an eternity living alone, she chose to live with someone and die, and it's like, if you want to blame something, blame me for like not realizing that's how your mom felt, but even if I realized that back then, I would have, your mom would have probably shown the same path, and it was like, yeah, if she could meet you as like able to meet you kids and all that, like you, the kids are her fucking precious, her everything. She absolutely adores you. You are like a part of her, like everything. That's what she is. Even if like that made her suffer and all that, it's like, you know what? She don't care. She's got a fucking family. She don't care. She's got Kamui. She's got Kagura. She's got Umibozu. It's like, I love that, and it's like, especially seeing that one picture that she has always next to her windowsill, like when you get to see that, like you get to see like a nice like family picture of all of them together, and I was like, oh, that's actually really nice. And it's like, I kind of felt bad for Umibozu, like Umibozu, like having this like unescapable fate saying like, I can't, like, you know, I love her too much, I want her to live, but it's like, she accepted that situation that she, yeah, this is what she was, and funny enough is like the whole reason, like, with, like, Utsuro, he's taking the message, it's like, you're the only person I know that is able to kill, like, someone with the same mutant, same qualities I have, and you're the only person that's actually able to kill, like, an immortal, you know, you've got to relish in that a bit, Umibozu and all that. It's like, you know, what sort of face did she have when she went, though? Was it, like, you know, of love, or was it, like, you know, hatred and all that? The one that pointed out and was like, yo, you triggered Umibozu then, you don't pull the love card with you, Utsuro, you know nothing about that. Or maybe might have, I don't know. It's like, the whole shoujo inside of you is like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. But seeing Kamui's kind of reaction, I'm kind of seeing like, this is what happened, like, and he's like trying to find his own way, and like, mom, like saying, mom, you need to fucking go, you need to leave, you need to go back here. And he wanted to get strong enough to at least, like, if I couldn't save mom, I'm gonna at least take payback on the person that fucking made her, like, go into the situation. And even when she was like coughing up blood, just that fucking murder stare and all that, it's like, you know what, in order that to save mom, we had to throw away being a family, and that I had to surpass you. I couldn't do one of them, but goddamn am I gonna do one of those situations. And we've seen what fucking happened. He went at like fucking like Umibozu one time before, and he's like, you know, all I have left is surpassing that man and becoming the strongest. And he's like, yo, get out of the way, Kagura, like just screaming at him, and just like, you can see, like, that's why, like, always, like you said, like, when you hear from Kagura saying, yeah, you are a mama's boy, and that just makes sense from that, and just how, like, he was training, like, from that, and even Awato, like, everyone was trying to, like, beat the shit out of him, and how fucking Hosen technically kind of trained him. That's so fucking cool. It's like, well, in the way of, I'm gonna give you some wise words, and I'm going to beat the dog shit out of you. And, like, even still, like, he went to fall, like, fucking Abato, and he's like, yo, this isn't some brat. Hosen blocks the kick, and he's like, you know what, this kid is, you know, he's taking up a bit of the fight and all that. He's like, do you know what happens when someone answers you with, like, you know, like an earnest fist? Then you answer with an honest fist of your own. That is a man's etiquette. And he fucking punches the shit out of them. He's like, you want to get stronger, youngster? Keep coming back, and, you know, I'll gladly send you back to the ground as much as I please, like that. And he's like, you know, to that man's eyes and all that, I learnt my weakness. And he kept coming back, and he kept getting the shit kicked out of him from Hosen. But he kept, like, when he kept getting back up, like, he managed to take some of those hits, and he was actually able to fucking take a blow of his own. It was like, yeah, there you go. He was starting to get on the level of Hosen. I was like, as a kid, he was already getting strong where he could do a little blow to him. I'm like, okay, that's where we get into this situation with it. I'm like, okay, that's what I want to fucking see. It's like, you fucking did that, and I'm like, holy shit, like, you're training with Hosen. You're training with the near, like, if it wasn't for Umibozu, the technical king of the Yato, like, the man that we knew, like, he's like, you don't fuck with this man. There are some Yatos in the world you don't fuck with, and it normally goes in the order of you don't fuck with Umibozu, you don't fuck with Hosen, and then you don't fuck with Kamui. Those were the three kings of Yato that you don't fuck with. And to find out, one of them's the son of one of them, one of taught the son, and the one is the son himself who's a fucking monster. Like, I love that. I love that. It's just, that's just a cool little rising anarchy there. That just, it tickles me fancy, it does. I honestly love it. It was like, I'd like to say it was a nice chapter. I did feel like, and this is one thing I normally don't say, like, it kind of did feel like it was dragging its feet a little bit in this chapter, and it's like, we kind of got everything we needed to know, though, about Kamui. I feel like it was already hinted, and we kind of already knew a lot of this stuff about, like, Kamui, that he really did love his mom, and he wanted all this stuff to happen, like, but it's like, it's nice to see, because some people don't actually get sometimes the little meanings behind, like, some chapters and, like, some characters, because I feel like not everything needs to be shown off in a chapter. I don't feel like everything can be led into, like, interpretation and, like, feel like this is how they felt and this is how they spent their life. I think that's a really good, that's, like, strong writing, and this is the thing, Sorachi's a fucking fantastic writer. But I felt like this was more for the chapter for people that kind of didn't really get it about, like, Kamui, that he really cared, and also as well for his lust of revenge. Although the Hosen part was goddamn awesome, and just how, like, Umibozu was starting to snap, it's like, don't you dare talk about my wife. That's the straw. You don't talk about my wife. You don't talk about my kids. You don't know nothing what it's like to be a fucking father. And it's like, well, Utsuro or whatever left of, like, Shoyo's in there, he kind of understood, but it's like, whatever that ain't there anymore. And I did like this chapter. I will say there were certain parts that it was dragging its feet slightly, but now we full circle what's exactly happened. How did, like, Kamui get to this point of where he left home and he's like, yeah, mom's sick and everything, but it's like, yeah, I'm still leaving it either way, and it's like, that's kind of how it led up to. And that's kind of depressing that, you know, like that, even at her last point and all that, to see that her family was broken apart and she never really got to see, like, the family fixed together again. That's kind of depressing. So, you know, maybe they might do some symbolic stuff, or maybe they might say, like, you know, Kagura might say in the end if she sees them all get back together and all that. I'm sure mom is smiling in heaven and all that. Why did she say mama like that? It's like, that's kind of what I want to see. It's definitely showing that Kagura is the one that's trying to, like, reattach the family back together. But I did enjoy this chapter. I think it's a solid A. I do think it's a solid A. It would have been 9, 10, but it's like, I feel like not all of them wanted to be in there, but it's like, considering, like, from what we got with the Kagura and Kamui fight, not to mention as well Umibozu versus Utsuro, and it's like, just a lot of, like, good shit in this. So I'm looking forward to definitely next week's chapter, seeing what's going to be happening in 582. I am goddamn excited. But that's all from me. I want to thank you much for watching as always, and I will catch you guys, if you love Gintama, next time.